scheduled my whole day around this game yesterday. Spurs in New York.
Tough schedule.
What? 114.85.
Shitty day. Shitty day. All right.
24-7. Bridges, 25. Bridges had a day. Like, he has these days every once on a blue moon. Wemby with 25, 13, and 4. 14 and 4, by the way, for New York over their last 18. Are we seeing the best version?
My inside insider told me that this was their 5th day in New York.
That was me 4 minutes ago.
I know what it was. All right, Neil. All right.
I'm the insider.
All right, bud, relax. Anywho, this is just a product, because when I saw the score, I was like, who played for them? And then when I saw that everybody played, I said, okay, they've been in there. And they play Philly tomorrow night, which means they're probably still there.
in New York.
They went to Corner Store. They ripped it. Oh. They had a good time.
What does that hotel bill look like? 5 nights in Manhattan.
Bad. Yeah, because you're spending a lot of time outside that room. I promise you that.
But the bill, oh my Lord.
Yeah, this is a long time to be in the city, and so I'm gonna chalk it up to that. It's one loss, but this is also the Knicks played really good. You said Bridges was unbelievable. Brunson was great. It's good to see them get a big win like this, even when Towns only had 12 points. So it's a great win for the Knicks, and just I think this is when you flush from the Spurs, you get an IV, and you head to Philly.
That was, yeah. I don't know, Lou, like, Knicks fans were all up in my DMs. I was like, settle down.
Anything good?
No, God, no. But should we be scared of this version of the Knicks? Like, if you're the Eastern Conference, do you see a game like that and take anything more from it?
Yeah, that's why I was concerned with Chandler just making it a shoe-in for the Sixers to beat them. I like that matchup as it stands, but they're playing well. And again, if you can get Mikal Bridges to bottle this up and be this version of himself, that's why you went out and got him a few years back, and that's the reason why he's so instrumental in this team. If you can get all of these guys on the same page, have a defensive mindset, and go out there and be motivated. Like, you saw a team that said, look, Wemby's not embarrassing us on our home court today. That he's just not going to do it. And so I love the way that they went out and handled business. I love the production that they got all the way across the board. You know, Cat didn't have his greatest game on an offensive end, but I like his mentality. Listen, if I'm not going to score the basketball at a high clip, I can change the way that I affect basketball. I can affect the way that we're going to win games. So he went out and got 14 rebounds. That's something that you don't necessarily see from Cat often. So everybody got outside of themselves and did what was necessary to go win this game.
This is why they're such a confusing team, because they have this kind of capability to be unbelievably defensively. They're versatile. Like, again, when you have Bridges and Hart and OG, like that versatility with that size defensively, they should be a top defensive team in the NBA every single night. And even when they don't put the ball in the basket, defense travels and they can win games like a Detroit type of team. So this is when you see them and they confuse me, because I'm like, this is a team that can come out of the East. Now they'll play tomorrow night and they'll get waxed, and it just resets everything that I ever thought about them. So they're just so inconsistent, but the potential of this team is really, really dangerous. I mean, maybe Sohan just gave them the scouting report on how to beat the Spurs. He was the insider.
By the way, I don't even think he played at all.
2 minutes.
Yeah, there you go. That's kind of weird. Here's the thing. At home, they are legitimately, mathematically, a very different team. Yeah. 23-8 at home. You can figure out the math for what that means, what they are on the road. So how important is it that they get in there?
Yeah, it's huge. And we know, like, the home court advantage in the playoffs is everything. So the fact that you get that extra game and you have the crowd on your side, you're in your own bed, like that is huge. Especially, numbers don't lie. When you're 23-8 at home and you have the record they do, that means they're not that good on the road. So to have that continuity at home, it is a great situation for them, and that makes them even more important that they need to keep their foot on the gas and make sure they get a lock-in 4 seed, because Toronto's coming, you know, Philly's coming, like those teams behind them too. They're not just going to lay off either. So it's major that they kind of lock up home court advantage.
This is going to be fun. God, I want to fast forward to it. I just want to see it.
And they're only a game and a half from the Celtics, so like they.
And are we allowed to say
everything matters in the East right now?
Like
apparently, according to Bill Simmons, Tatum's back on Friday when they play the Mavericks. That is according to Bill Simmons.
Here we go. I'm more happy for Tatum than like, oh, the Celtics are really good with him. Like, you know what I mean? that is a crazy quick.
Well, you can be happy for both things at the same time.
Yeah, you can. It's true.
I am, but I'm more happy for him. Like, isn't that quick? Yeah.
It's like a documentary was being filmed.
Like, I hope he's not rushing.
He's not going to rush.
Like, don't do that.
He's not going to rush. Look at the odds right now for how we look at the Eastern Conference. The Cleveland things will never not blow my mind. No, never.
The Knicks have better odds to make
This is hella disrespectful to Detroit, and I would like to speak to the manager.
Pistons plus 430 right now.
That is rude. That's just rude.
I think people are starting to see that they need that secondary guy.
They got words.
They need that secondary guy. So I still like Boston. I like Boston coming out of the East right now.
Dang.
I like Boston. I like a lot of these teams, you know. But if I have a front runner right now, I'm giving Boston that respect.
Are you? This is wild. Like if I would have told you in October, hey guys, looks like Boston's coming out of the East, you would have punched me.
I agree.
How about
I've changed my mind a few times.
How about a team,
this week it's Boston?
How about a team that's 5.5 games up from the 2 seed is the 4th best odds to get out of the East?
Incredible.
That's what I'm saying.
What does that even mean?
It means
nothing matters then.
Nothing does matter if we're being honest.
And I hate that I agree, and I think the Cavs are the best team in the East. Like, I hate that I agree with those odds.
How great is it that we get to say that though? That there's not a clear-cut favorite. That this actually is going to matter.
So who's coming out of the East for you?
I think
Detroit.
It's gonna be Cavs versus Detroit.
And you say Detroit?
I say Detroit.
I say Boston.
This is all. Should we put $1 on it?
We should put a
Friendly
couple
wager.
dollars on it.
Okay, a couple bucks. I can do that. Let's talk a little bit of Spurs and strategy. And it's a good problem to have, but I'm wondering if there's some sort of a timing or rhythm situation when you've got 4 different guards that basically can give you 20 points. Does that make it harder to sort of figure it out?
That would be a problem for any other team. For the San Antonio Spurs, I don't think that is a concern. As long as we've loved the San Antonio Spurs, they've always won by committee, and they've always been an organization that you look at as a whole, as a collective. As talented as individual talents that they've had. They've had Tim Duncan, David Robinson, Kawhi Leonard, now Wemby. We still look at them as a group. We still look at them how they're able to operate and win games as a unit. And so for any other team, I would say this is a concern, but not for the Spurs. You know, they have the next man up mentality. They have whoever's hot tonight, that's going to be the guy that's going to carry us. So I don't mind this. I don't mind them having 4 different guys that can go out and win you a basketball game. Yeah. As long as the mentality is right, as long as everybody is on the same page, this isn't a concern. Like, none of these guys are jockeying to figure out who's going to be a star of the team. They have a clear pecking order, and the concern for them should always be win basketball games. And that's how they operate. That's how they built their culture. That's what's made them a successful organization, because they haven't based their success around individual talent and what individuals do. It's always been about bring something to the table and let's see what we can do together.
Yeah, and I think Wemby is going to see so many different coverages that it's a luxury to have these 4 other guards and guys that can step up and that can handle the ball and that can make plays while they're being physical with Wemby, while they're denying him, while they're pushing him out, while they're trapping him off the post. These other guys are going to have to make plays, and these other guys like Harrison Barnes of the world and Champagnie, like these guys are going to have to make shots because they are going to see every possible different coverage, whether it's front in the post, trapping Wemby, doing all this stuff. So the fact that they have Fox and Castle and Harper, I don't look at it like a bad thing. It's going to be some nights where it's not as balanced as it should be, but the fact that they have those many weapons and options, even when a team decides, okay, we're not letting Wemby beat us, they can still beat you. And they're the 3rd best defense in the NBA. So even when the offense is struggling, they still have a chance to win the game.
It's just, yesterday's game was a little out of character for them defensively. Here's the thing, though, that is, it's not worrisome. It's just interesting to be watching, is that the thing with Wemby is if you go at him with a lot of physicality, that seems to be his Achilles heel. And so can I ask you this? Like, obviously, his frame is slender, right? By the way, you can't let Pirtle do that. Okay, sorry, side note. But
see, that's what Dort can do right there. You saw what Cade Cunningham, that's the legal check right there that you could do.
What can he do to be able to withstand this sort of play?
Well, I think just naturally with his build, this is where his weakness is.
So creatine and stuff?
Yeah, some peptides, I don't know.
Peptides?
I mean, I think it's just with his development, his growth, he's going to continue to put on weight, and guys like him and Chet, they're never going to be just meathead.
KD never
Jalen, KD, but he's lanky, he's not weak, but he's never going to get pushed around and bullied as much as you'd think, because he's still strong. But that's definitely a weakness of his, is the physicality aspect, but that'll continue to get better. And again, Mitch Johnson's done a great job putting him in situations. I think you got to put in more quick hitters to get him the ball, to not let the defense even double team him. But like I said, they're gonna show him everything. So he's gonna see, by the time the playoffs come around, he's gonna see every possible coverage. And I think what Detroit did to him a couple weeks ago, other teams are doing, they're just trying to be as physical as possible and make the game frustrating for him. And that's because that's the only really way you can bother him.
He's going to have to fight back, too.
I would
100%.
like
And I don't like the flopping.
Yeah, like
Also, I don't want him to
it's
get hurt.
probably not in his character, it's not in his DNA to be as physical, but he's gonna have to fight back. I promise you. A little push and shove and elbow here and there from Wemby, that'll keep guys off you as well. And you look at some of these clips, some of these guys that are being physical with you, they're not known for being physical guys either. So you can't allow them to get away with that. You got to fight fire with fire if you're Wemby, and especially the San Antonio Spurs. If you're other guys on that team, somebody in that locker room I know for a fact got a screw loose. Whoever, I don't know, but whoever.
We had him. It was Sohan.
Well, they got to find another guy with a screw loose, and whoever that is, y'all need to have some kind of pit bull. Remember, we were talking about teams and having enforcers on a team to protect your star players. If Wemby isn't going to fight back for himself, which I think he should, and I don't say play dirty, but fight back, be just as physical, because nobody has the stature that you have. Nobody has the size that you have.
Who is it, Keldon Johnson?
Yeah,
I mean, Keldon's the most emotional, sure.
Yeah, one of these guys got to go out and say, hey, we just not going for this. And I know Vassell, I know Castle, they ATL guys. They're super chill, but there's a switch that can be flipped on. And so just to keep guys off of him, to keep guys playing honest, you got to fight back a little bit.
Here's my strategy. You put Kelly Olynyk in. You punch a dude, and then you're out. Boom.
Go and sign like an Isaiah Stewart this summer.
Oh, God, I would love that
and
so
protect
much.
the,
That's
protect
like my
the
dream.
future.
We're going to take they really should. We're going to take a quick break. One more run it back on the other side.
Run it over, then run it back.